I'm sorry, there was a call. It was from my mother, so I was not able to ignore it. Okay. So let's start writing a questionnaire. Let's start prepare a questionnaire. Yes, right? Please come with me. The first thing is that you have to make your questionnaire as short as possible. This is a busy world. Who would spend time for filling a long questionnaire? Now, some people may be ready to fill your questionnaire if it is a long questionnaire. For example, if you are collecting information from your own students and if you are a friendly teacher for your students, they will be spending even even half an hour or 1 hour for filling the questionnaire. But most of the time we are giving the questionnaires to others. So you would better make your questionnaire short. Never include 100 questions in your questionnaire. Just use some questions, some necessary questions, or some questions which are necessary for collecting the data for your study. Your main intention is collecting data, authentic data for your study, not for getting some detailed descriptions from your respondent. So try to make your questionnaire as short as possible. Then start with some personal information. Most of us are interested in giving our personal information. We want to tell ourselves. We want to tell about ourselves. That's a human nature. Who would not be interested in saying something about himself or herself? So before starting the questions related to the topic, you just ask some personal questions. You just ask them about their, just tell them to give their name, to give their email address. So you have to start with personal information. It would create some interest in your respondents to give answers to the coming questions. Keep systematic sequencing. You should keep a systematic arrangement of questions. If the later questions are related with the earlier ones, it makes it easier for the respondent to fill it. You should make a relationship between different questions. Later questions should be connected with the earlier questions. If you ask a question, are you interested in mathematics? Then, if you ask a question after that, are you a student? It will be creating a sort of illogical feeling. First, you have to ask the question, are you a student? Are you interested in mathematics? Should come later. So there should be a systematic sequencing, a logical sequencing of questions. Avoid technical terms. You may be keeping some technical terms, some computer terms, some system terms, some program terms, some business terms. But your respondents may not be able to follow such terms. Your duty is to create a comfortable atmosphere for your respondent to fill your questionnaire. If they are not able to follow the terms which you have used in your questionnaire, they will get bored, they will get disappointed, and they will not be giving you the accurate information. You should make them interested in filling your form. So just try to avoid technical terms. That's important when you're preparing a questionnaire. Then make your questions specific. Don't use general questions. If you ask a question, do you like your teachers? How can they answer? Sometimes they may be liking some of their teachers and they may be disliking some other teachers. Then if you ask, do you like teachers? How can they answer the question? Instead of asking such a question, you can ask, which teacher you like most? So questions should keep specific nature. Don't ask general questions. Ask specific questions. You should make your questions as specific as possible because then only you can get accurate data. So you should be careful on that. Then avoid complex sentences. I have used an example there. If you ask, do you like your teacher who always beats you, though he teaches well during the school hours? What will be the feeling of the respondent? I see your intention is not to show your expertise. Your intention is not to show your knowledge in English language or in the language. Your intention is not to show your ability to prepare questions. Your main intention is to collect data for your study. That should be in your mind at each and every second. Just make use of some simple sentences. As I told you, you should create a comfortable situation for your respondents. They should not be bored. They should not be disappointed. They should not feel any sort of difficulty in uh, giving responses to your questions. So just try to avoid complex sentences. Include more closed-end questions. Open-ended questions may create confusion and it also may consume more time. Don't make them write paragraphs or essays or short answers. Just ask them closed-end questions. Yes or no questions, true or false questions, or multiple choice questions. And as I told earlier, you should make your questions specific. When you make use of open-ended questions, questions become general. But when you make use of closed-end questions, questions become more specific. You are not going to make them write essays. You are not going to make them paragraphs. But you are going to collect some information from them by using some questions. So these are some tips for preparing a questionnaire. Now I feel that you have got enough confidence to prepare a questionnaire. Thank you.